Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to the United Kingdom from America. I am in America.
Yorkshire, UK, Louisiana, US.
Right. Well, here in America today, we are looking at, here's why we're coming on late. We're looking at Leffe, blonde. We were arguing about how to pronounce it.
Yeah, we've just watched a few videos, some in Belgian, some in French, some in German, some in... but this is the blonde, otherwise known as the blonde, otherwise known as the rubia, otherwise known as the beyonder.
Okay, now Leffe was actually, it says the year 1240, but in reality it's only been around since 1952 when it was resurrected, and now it is owned by InBev. So it's one of these beers that was dead and now it is alive.
Yeah, basically a lot of the Belgian beers, there's so many, fell to the wayside as more Belgian beers came up, and then some of the bigger breweries bought up the recipes, and with the recipes comes the name, the branding, all that nonsense. So InBev have purchased Leffe, or Leffe, or Leffe, or Leffe, whatever it's called.
Now,
yeah.
You sent me a video that shows the pouring ritual, and I thought that video was comical because he basically just dumps the beer in the glass.
Yeah.
He says, here's the pouring ritual, and he tilts the glass and he just dumps it in. Blah, 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 blah. And then he says, Okay, so the pouring ritual is you pop the cap and you pour it.
Yeah. Now, I'm not using my Leffe glass because I had about several, but I've donated them to charity. So I only have the one, so it's in my glass collection. So I'm using a good old British tankard. What kind of glass do you use?
Now I'm using a little glass that's similar to Leffe glass or Leffe glass, but this is a glass that apparently is made for cognac. But oh well, it shows it nicely.
Well, the Leffe glass is that shape.
Yeah, right.
A lot of the Belgian glasses have a big bulb-like base on their glass, and it's to circle up the flavours, and then you push it out. I like using tankards.
Now the bulb glass is sort of like a modified tulip glass, is it not?
Yeah.
Now I was drinking this earlier. I'm gonna go put this back in the fridge, but this is Blue Moon Chimp.
Cool.
Just so people can see the chimp.
As my head settles down.
Now, in America.
Yeah. Now, you get mostly the Leffe Blonde and the Leffe Brown in US of A.
In Louisiana, we only get the blonde. One time, I drove to New York City, and I was in Manhattan on the east side, lower east side, and they had Leffe Brun, the brown. So I bought it. It was wonderful. But that's the only two I've ever seen. I know they make a whole wide array of Leffe beers on their website. It shows it.
For France, based in Belgium, but most of the brands get sent to France. Remember. But yeah, there's different styles and got different names on all of the styles. When was the first time you ever had Leffe?
I would say about 3 years ago.
Was it one of your first Belgian bonds?
I don't think it was one of the first, but I sure liked it. Now, what size bottle do you have? I have a 330 milliliter.
Yeah, same.
It says Belgium's classic Abbey Ale, They don't give the ingredients on this bottle, but from what I understand, it's made with water, barley malt, corn, or as they say over there, maize, and I believe sugar and yeast. 6.6% alcohol, so it's got a good amount of alcohol.
Yeah, there's not much ingredients on mine. It just gives you the normal. Oh wait, yeah, it says malted barley. I'm trying to read between the different languages, but it looks like it just says malted barley. But yeah, serve chilled at 5 with a large creamy head, and generally with the Yorkshire pour, get a large.
Yeah, do not Belgium. Now it's a golden appearance. I guess blonde, like a blonde-headed woman. It leaves a lot of lacing.
The head is very white. It's almost like you know that meringue, like you get on a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, like egg whites.
Yeah. Now the aroma is this a tripel? No.
No, because any Belgian beer that is a triple, it always tells you. I think it's just a bit because a lot of the Belgian ones aren't they around about 10%, 9%, and
yeah, because there is a Leffe tripel I noticed on their website. Let me see. Let me look real fast. Let's see.
I think it's just a Belgian Abbey.
Authentic blonde Abbey beer with a slight hint of bitterness to it. Yeah, not much bitterness. It must be around 12, 14 IBU. Wouldn't you think?
I'm just having a smell. It's slightly like cornbread.
Cornbread?
Yeah, it's like that aroma. It's aroma like cornbread. A recent trip to America, managed to try some cornbread and corn dog and stuff like that.
How did you like it?
The corn dog was weird. It's like a hot dog that's violated a donut. Very strange.
Steward.
Wow. You almost get that like green tea, almost like strained warm tea.
Possibly. Now, I'm looking on the website. They have Leffe Tripel, Ruby, Royale, Nectar, Radieuse, Ritual 9, Christmas, Brown, and Blonde. Well, they've really expanded their line, I guess, since InBev bought them.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, originally, probably InBev only bought the Blonde and Brown, which is available across the world.
Yeah.
They probably looked in the old recipe book for Leffe, Blonde, and Brown, and they went, a few extra pages here. And the fact they found all the recipes that were never used when Leffe was around. I mean, like you say, you've been drinking beer longer than I have. And the original brewery never had so many variety of recipes.
No. So I don't think it's negative to have all these different things to try. To me, it's kind of exciting, but
yeah, I mean, we've said this enough times. Sometimes when these bigger breweries or these bigger companies purchase these lower breweries that were almost going out of business, they've also expanded the name. So Leffe is an household name amongst beer drinkers now, and also there's much more in their recipe book now and in their portfolio.
Yeah. Now, don't you find that it's pretty drinkable for a 6.6 ABV?
It's got that weird, like sweet corn taste to it. I think you mentioned earlier before we started, like cornflakes and stuff like that. Like cornflakes with a touch of sweetener.
Yeah. I find it has. And I'm going to say this, and it might be controversial, but to me, it has sort of a saison character. You know, with that horse blanket back note.
Well, me and brother have managed to have a few saisons of late, and although they've not hit the mark for a good saison, they have give that same kind of trace note as this Leffe blonde.
I saw you drink. Yeah, you drink
a saison's normally like a lemon meringue sort of taste. You know, like bits of zesty lemon, bit of lemon.
Yeah, but I think of saison, there's a little bit of a range.
Yeah.
On the taste. You drank the Saint-Foin. I saw you and your brother Andrew drank the Saint-Foin. You didn't like it too much.
No, because I don't know if it was because of the can or it gave like a negative metallic taste. I don't know.
Yeah.
But saisons aren't been one of our strongest flavoured kind of beers, in fairness. So, and we're all just getting back into Belgian beers. Because the majority of the beers that me and my brother drink are real ales and craft beers and ciders.
Yeah. Well,
and lagers as well. Because I know, like you and me, we've got a guilty pleasure. We like our lagers.
Right.
That's why the majority of the duo reviews we do is because we're big fans of lagers.
We were supposed to do lager today.
I know, I couldn't find we were supposed to do Red Stripe, but I had trouble getting it, and saw it in one shot, but the roll selling it at 4-pack, and I've already got enough beer in my cellar. I don't want.
Do you think you'll be able to get a hold of Red Stripe, though?
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably, when we're going to a beer festival on Friday, I might be able to get it Saturday, but I'll let you know, either way.
Okay.
But what it is it has got that foisty taste initially, but it's dissipated. We've said it before. Some of the lagers that we drink do start off a bit foisty, but once you let it settle in the glass for about 10-20 seconds, the flavour improves.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been about 3 years since I've had Leffe Blonde. Maybe not that long, but maybe. Because we're now in 2015. I really like it. I mean, it's not priced too high.
Yeah.
And it has some interesting flavors. I thought the Brewed was better, but I can't get the brown, so it's no use talking about it.
But it's good that that there's so many varieties of Leffe now that you can get. I mean, it's probably not in the top 10 Belgian beers. But it's still one of my go-to Belgian beers.
I like this underlying yeast. Yeast. I said horse blanket. I don't know. It's hard to describe it. I feel it underneath. I don't know. It's almost indescribable, but I'm noticing it. I think people should not walk, but run out and buy some Leffe and try it.
Yeah, I mean, even if you just get into different styles of beer that are out there, Leffe is one of the first Belgian beers that me and brother drank in the early days. And for those that are getting into different styles of beer, I do suggest get this.
Yeah, so you're saying it's sort of ho-hum, possibly, but you would still recommend that somebody try it at least once in their lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you don't like the initial taste in the glass, leave it 10-20 seconds, let it settle and breathe in the glass, and then go back to it. Because there is a little bit, made me go, ooh, initially, but it's going down really nicely now once I've let it settle.
Now I'm going to name some other Belgian beers, and I want you to tell me if you've had them, and if you want to add any comments to them. Affligem.
I think I've had that one. I'm not sure.
Marriage soup.
Yes, we've had. Me and Andrew did that, and that was one point. And that was one of Andrew's favourites.
How about Malheur?
Probably not.
They have a Malheur 12% alcohol.
Yeah. I know me and Maria Devon did, I think it was Bernard 12.
Who?
I think me and Maria Devon,
Yeah.
we did. I think we did the live review of Bernard 12.
Banana 12.
Bernard.
Oh, Bernard. St. Bernard. It's Abbott 12. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Banana 12. I know I haven't had Banana 12. How about, have you had the Trappist Roquefort?
I think I have. I know I've got the glass at the cellar.
Roquefort, but Chimay.
That's one I want to try and revisit, because in the early days I tended to drink the Chimay Red when I went to comedy clubs in my local bar. So I need to revisit that Leffe and not Leffe, Chimay.
How about Veslater 12?
Oh yeah, I recently someone sent me a bottle, so I shared it with Mr. Kevin Black and my brother. When I went down for a road trip down to Reading in the south of England.
Hoegaarden.
That was again, Hoegaarden and Leffe was the two initial breweries that got me into drinking Belgian beers before.
Okay. I need to revisit Hoegaarden because it's been so long. Well, this beer, to me, is more straightforward than it is complex. I don't find it's overly complex.
Again, I've let it breathe the glass, and it's a slow sipper. You couldn't neck it. I mean, would you neck this down? It's too heavy on the back, with that little bit of sweetening on the back. That's makes you gag a little bit if you drink too much.
No, it doesn't make me gag at all. I do pick up the corn, though. I'm picking up the corn.
I'm almost a little bit of white wine, but I'm getting that little bit of saison that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
What's it called? When it's like, you know, when you're making bread and you get that yeast and combination of flour and stuff like that. That kind of.
I'm getting a little bread crust. You know, like a white bread, not dark bread, but like white bread. And if you just peel off the crust and eat it, maybe a little bit of dates or figs, but it's very subtle, very low-profile date and fig flavor.
That's what we're getting. Dates. I mean, we used to eat them when we were kids. You know, when there's only about 10 sweets out there. We used to eat dates at Christmas and sultans and currants. But now there's chocolate this, chocolate that, peanut this, peanut that, peanut this.
Right.
But yeah, back in the olden days, when I was young and he was even younger, dates, yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I was born in 1968.
Yeah, but I'm mature.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Anyway, well, my overall assessment of this beer is that I really like it, and I could drink it a lot, but I probably won't drink it much.
No, because there's so many different beers out there. But it's nice to again with InBev. It's great that they not only support just lagers, they support Belgian ales, stouts, and other styles as well.
Yeah, and let me say this before we end. I can drink 10 craft beers every week, and I would bet you that half of those, 5 of those 10 craft beers would not be as good as this. Now that's saying something.
That's what I mean. You don't know what you're getting with craft beers. You know what you're getting from major companies. You know you're gonna. That's a safe bet. That's a safe bet. You can go to that and you'll know what it'll taste like, and you'll know you'll be satisfied, happy, and you won't be. Should I open it? Should I not? But yeah,
I drank that Meantime coffee stout from England, and I tell you what, that thing was so inferior to what we just drank. It was embarrassing in a way. It was, and somebody said, "Oh, it might have been infected." I said, "No, it wasn't infected." I watched other beer reviewers, and they did the same thing. These other video reviewers, they took a sip. Now, it's just not a good beer. I don't even think they make it anymore. But you said you had some issues with Meantime, that their quality was questionable.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of Meantime beers. You could get like 3 in a row, and each one of those will be completely different. One will probably you'll be thinking, "Wow, that's really good." Then you'll get like one that's like you were doing. And you'll be looking, checking the bottle, trying to think, this isn't this. And other times, it's just like not at all like it should be.
No, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. So, well, anyway, I think we've covered the bases on this. We liked it. We weren't overwhelmed by it. We're not overwhelmed by it, but we like it.
And I would recommend it to new drinkers. I mean, experienced drinkers that have drank many variations of styles, and brewers from Belgium and France, and they've probably had this, and they'll probably say the same thing. They enjoyed it when they had it, but if they're amongst other beer drinkers, they might say, "Well, I'm a modern day drinker now, so I can't drink this."
Right? Yeah, I'm in the big time now. I don't have time for these pedestrian beers. But anyway. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully soon enough we can look at Red Stripe, which is an interesting beer with an interesting history.
Yeah. Thanks again to Jay for letting me join him for this examinations of Leffe Blonde.
Yes, thank you, and I do have one more thing to say. And what I want to say is, y'all come on down to New Orleans. And you probably have one more thing to say, and what do you want to say?
Keep trying new beers.
Right.
And don't listen to the voices.
Right. We know who the voices are.
The voices of negativity.
The voices of negativity.
Yeah. Just if you think you want to try it, then you'll know yourself.
Right. And you take care.